once we upload our price list, and for example, it says what you're profiting, could we rely on that profit, or do we still have to put our own numbers just to make sure on RevSeller or Helium 10 to?
Yeah, great question. So personally for me, I would always recommend a profit calculator. All of the data here is going to be accurate in terms of profitability for fees, storage costs, for everything. But really what it's about is when you're on RevSeller, like if we just open up this item, I have no idea what it looks like, by the way. This is obviously just a demo account here. But you want to make sure that the pricing that you're putting is like actually what the price that you think you will be selling the product for is. So like, this item right now it's selling at $45.99. Let's say realistically it'll be priced at $45.51. And then from that, I can analyze my profit just real quick here. I would recommend to still have a profit calculator when you're sourcing products.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Jessica.
Hello. How you doing? How about the recommended quantity to order?
Sure. So you're asking how is it calculated, or more or less like how can you change it?
Well, first of all, is that offered in the CRM, the recommended? I'm new to all of this, so
Sure.
I don't know if there's. I just got approved for a few accounts, and I'm getting ready to look at some products and just kind of what is the amount I should order. It would be nice if there was like a recommendation.
Got you. Okay, so you're not referring to restocking inventory. These are products that you're just finding. You're kind of going through what should my estimated test buy quantity be?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a great question. Let's kind of go over it on maybe some products here. We'll source a little bit, and then that way I'll go over like how much I would test buy, why I would test buy it, etc. So we'll just kind of source some products and run through the motion here. So set a profit greater than 2, let's say an offer count that's greater than, like 4, margin, call it greater than 10. Let's see, got some more people hopping in here. Okay, let's go here between 1 to 200,000. These are my traditional filters I like to set. Amazon in stock rate less than 60%. And if anyone has any questions on these filters, please let me know. I can cover them. I just know that there's some familiar faces in here, so I'm just trying to make it where we can kind of get to the meat and potatoes. But if anyone's like, Paul, why are you doing this? Just let me know, and I can quickly cover it for you. All right, cool. So let's say we open up like this item here. All right. So let's say like this product is an item where actually, since the offer count's going down, it's actually a pretty good opportunity to be maybe selling this product. This price is going to bounce back up to like up here, back up here, $15. So we'll quickly analyze whether or not it's profitable. Now it is meltable, unfortunately. But so like this type of item, we wouldn't want to sell. You can revisit in the future. So I guess this is not an item that we want to do. We will come back. Let's do maybe, hold on one second. We got to put the title in, make this easier. Okay. All right. So title 6-pack. Let's see this one. All right, let's open this one up. Okay, so like, let's just say that this product is somewhat profitable, theoretically saying, Jessica. Yes. What I would want to do first is on KeHE, you want to go to data, and then you want to go to offers. This is going to help indicate how many people have actually sold some of the product on Amazon before you ever go buy a product. So what we're going to do is we're going to put FBA only. Over, by the way, guys, include historical offers and include Prime. Oops, that's not right. Where's the offer chart? Why is it no longer there? What did I do? Okay, here we go. All right, so what we're looking for is this right here. You see how this looks like it's like a staircase going down?
Mhm.
It's kind of organic. So we could see that right here. When you hover over this period, that's like the peak of their stock. And real quick, I'm just going to admit 2 people in here. That way. Okay. All right. So when you're thinking about buying a product, first go to the offers tab and look at the peak stock. So we can see on April 10th that they had 35 units in stock, and today's April 28th, and now they have 10. So they sold 25 units in the past 18 days. So that's okay. It's like 1.5 sales a day. That's just for one seller though. We also have like this seller, right? This seller came to stock on March 1st, and they have sold pretty much all their inventory through March 28th. This is a little bit strange in terms of inventory levels. This is the best one to go off of. We can confidently say that this seller has sold, you know, call it 30 units in the past month, including if he was in stock every single day. So knowing that, we know that the product somewhat does sell. The next thing is on the KeHE graph, you know, when you're seeing the offer count go down, that's also a good indication that people are selling the product. So we can see here, you know, this was at 23, it dropped down to 11. So that means that people sold the inventory they had. So since this product here is 67,000 in grocery, and we're estimating around, call it maybe 30 to 50 sales a month on the item based on what other people sold. I would say a good test buy quantity for you in this scenario, like 12 to 18 units. That would be the most I would come in on this listing. Call it 10 to 20% at most of what the estimated monthly sales are. Another thing we want to look at is I sent a voice message in Discord a few days ago about the different offers and competitive offers. So just because there's 11 people selling this product on Amazon right now does not mean that I'm going to be competing with 11 people. I want to look at the people that are within 5% of the buy box. So if I click on 11 options here, we're going to see that at 1403 for other FBA offers, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 people that we're competing against. So if we go back to my math here, around 12 to 18 units, 50 divided by 4, including yourself, is going to be around 12 units. So like that would be a good estimated test buy on this specific item to be able to purchase for your business.
Okay, and what about someone who, let's say the buy box, they're winning the buy box, I don't know, 60, 70% of the time?
Sure, great question. So that's also something I should have gone over here, which is in the buy box statistics, which is, I'm glad that you mentioned this here. So we could see in the past year, and personally for me, I would always recommend for every single person in this room to look at a longer set of data, like rather than the past 30 days, past 7 days, past 90 days, look at a longer piece of information. So we could see here, like in the past 30 days, it was 77%. But in the past 365, it was 19, 17, 16, 12, 9. So there's been a pretty good portion of distribution of sales. You can see lower East shipping. This seller here, 9 reviews, 100%. They had 6% of the buy box. That's a good indication for someone like yourself or for other people in this room that might be a little bit, you know, soon, like earlier in their journey, that other people are winning the buy box on this product. Or this person here, S&D Storage, 4 reviews, you can see that they won the buy box as well. So another smaller seller here, 7 reviews, did win the buy box as well. So that's a good sign that you can get on the listing and make some sales too.
Okay. Very, very helpful. Thank you so much, Paul.
Of course. Yes, Wendy.
Hey, Paul, really quick, can you go back to that KeHE chart?
Yep.
Where, okay, so right there, like after December, January, you see where the pink line breaks off and then it starts up again. What does that mean when the buy box line breaks off and then it starts up again?
So the reason why this happened was it seems like everyone it seems, I don't really know why that actually happened. It's pretty strange. Why?
Because I see that on, well, not all products, but some products I'll see it's going up and down smoothly, and then it'll break off, and then it starts up again, maybe a month or a half a month later. So I didn't know if we need to be concerned about that. As long as the offer count is still moving up and down, we shouldn't really worry about if the buy box breaks off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, usually, like Coda said, it's buy box suppression, but there isn't really any indication of buy box suppression. We could see that this did go, like, this price went up high, and maybe that's the reason why, is that this seller bounced up to $40. It lost the buy box, and then it came back down to 11. I really don't know, but what I do know is that the price increased because the offer count went down. Pretty much once people sold through their inventory, we can see that this listing did get a little bit competitive. Because it got competitive, people lowered their price. And then from that point, half the amount of people sold through, and then boom, that price went back up to $22. And that's why something real quick, not to move topics here, because we'll come back here in just a second. But like, what I want everyone to understand is that when you're buying and selling products on Amazon, if this happens to you here, you gotta, there's a few different things to consider where, like, in terms of repricing strategy. So people got on this listing, price went down, and they were like, screw this, I'm just going to dump my inventory, right? And they essentially sold through their inventory, and maybe they lost money. They probably did. And then you can see immediately it bounced up to $23 after the sell-through period happened. And I guarantee this margin here is like 25, 30%. So a big thing about selling on Amazon is, like, knowing when is the right time to lower your price and sell through, compared to maybe holding a little bit inventory to wait for this price jump to eventually occur. And maybe this is something that we can cover in the next few minutes here, or maybe a little bit further down the line, because I know that there's a few questions that I think we should address first while we're on this specific product, and maybe we can revisit this. So Wendy, did you have any other questions or anything before I move on to someone else, or was that all good?
No, that's it. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Yes, Manny.
Paul, when let's say if there's you're looking at the new offer account and the buy box, and there's, let's say, 3 FBA sellers, 5 total, 2 are FBM. Does that mean, and let's say the monthly sales is 100. So does that mean if I come in as a 4th FBA seller, I mean, historically, what you see is that we're probably going to get 25 sales, more likely?
So yeah, I mean, the buy box doesn't necessarily rotate like evenly, but you will get more sales than FBM for sure. Amazon makes more money on us as FBA sellers. Like, they prioritize FBA because of money. Also, it's a more trusted method of shipping for them. They know that you have inventory on hand. They know how long it's going to take for them, the customer, to get the product. So, like, in terms of competitive sellers, 100%, I would recommend to calculate more of the estimated sales based on FBA. However, if there is one FBM seller that's, like, clearly dominating the buy box, then I would consider that seller as obviously a threat.
And so when someone is, let's say the buy box is at $20, you said earlier you want to be around 10% above or below it?
Yeah, so a competitive offer is usually where their price is currently within 5% of the current buy box price.
So if someone else rotates and your price hasn't been adjusted, then you want to go into the listing and make the change. Hopefully it's within the 5%. Is that what you have to do?
So yeah, I mean, for if you have inventory on the listing, then if you can be competitive, then you want to. But in terms of sourcing, if someone's priced above 5%, most likely the reason why is because they don't have a good enough cost to be competitive with other people on that listing. Maybe they bought the product miscalculating or misanalyzing the item. So, their price is $19, but the buy box is actually selling at $18. Therefore, they're not a competitive offer. Like, that's, if you can be profitable at $18, that's where you're going to come in as and make money on the listing, not going to be priced at 19, unless obviously if the buy box goes up to 19. Yes, Carter.
Hey, what's up? Just got a quick question on the one thing is just shipping for me right now. So I was just wondering, since the shipping's pretty different for every distributor I have, the shipping price, like I don't have a consolidated price right now because I'm not using third party either.
Mhm.
Is there ever going to be a way to put each shipping price into the distributor supplier accounts? So when I'm sourcing, because I overestimate just to be careful by a couple cents, you know,
Mhm.
but either like putting it in a supplier account per supplier would be awesome, or in the final PO, since you could back out of a PO, but in the
Yep.
final PO, being able to put like the total shipping cost like all together, because I'm just trying to get my margins and everything like exact as like best as I can, you know what I mean?
For sure. Can you just text me that through Discord? Can you DM it to me, and then that way I can send it to my team just from like a text.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want it to be too confusing because I know I don't build software, so you know. But
no, I mean honestly, it seems pretty straightforward. It's either you know, like I like the idea in terms of the PO being able to add in additional costs, whether that's shipping, whether that's additional prep, like just to kind of have a buffer there. For sure. You know, I think that's a great idea. In terms of sourcing on the front end, I mean, it's something that maybe we can do. It just can be challenging because you really don't know what like a per pound cost is going to be for like each district. It's a very variable type of thing. Where I would say it would probably just be a better option to like change your inbound shipping cost to Amazon, just like beef it up a little bit, and then just kind of figure what I would do is I would track both of those shipping costs and then come up with what the average is, and then put that into the tool. That way you kind of get a better estimate of what that number actually could be.
yeah, I've been doing it manually in Sheets and everything, but I was just wondering about the tool, you know. So I'll DM you anyways. But thank you.
Of course, man. Yes, Tammy.
Hi, Paul. So I finally, after maybe 9 tries, got a product ungated.
Nice.
It was bought directly from brand, and I had to buy like 100 units, and so I was, sweating for a second. But finally, I can, sell it and list it. I had the product sent to me, to my personal address, with this idea that I was going to, do FBM. So, but when I go look at KeHE, there's only one FBM person on there. They're not dominating the box. And when I looked at 90 days of the stock history, and there was a period all the way from February 16th to April the 4th to where it just stayed the same, as far as the selling. So I guess that tells me that during that, almost 2-month period, the product didn't move at all. And I'm wondering if this is because it's FBM, because all of the FBA people were selling. And so now I'm kind of trying to figure out now, should I spend double shipping and just go ahead and send it for FBA at this point?
So let's first go over, by the way, first off, congratulations to you getting ungated for a brand.
Thank you.
Everyone give her a round of applause, please. I know that can be, a big thing. So let's freaking go. But the second thing is that just because the offers tab is flat doesn't mean that it's not selling. So there's actually something that you can do on Amazon to hide your stock. There's like a setting that you can put to hide your stock. So some sellers do that, where they won't show their inventory. That way people can't calculate how much they're actually selling to then figure that out. So that could be a scenario for you. What I would recommend to do is I would rather look at the actual offer count in that scenario just to make sure it's decreasing. If it's decreasing, then that's going to be a product that is selling. People are selling through their inventory. And I'd also just look at the buy box, right? If you see where the offer count's going down and you're seeing their name on the buy box, that's going to be an indication that most likely they're making sales on that product. And if you can be competitive there too, you're going to make sales on that listing as well.
Okay. Now my, idea is from now on, everything is going to be FBA, but just because I went ahead and had that one sent to me, and then I guess I've got to, just try it out with the FBM.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, cool. So there's some questions in here coming in. There's one specifically I want to go over. So I want to say is it Viro or Viro sales? So real quick, yes, it's coming to the tool. So with the redesign, kind of something that we were going over just a few seconds ago, you will be able to track a brand. So you'll be able to click on this, and this is not yet live, but it is coming in the software. Like as we're speaking, we're working on this stuff. For the people that were joining in a little bit earlier, you guys kind of saw a little bit of a sneak peek. But you'll be able to track the brands if the restriction goes from being, let's say, approval required or restricted to approval likely, then it will send you an alert immediately. So this isn't yet live, but it is coming for brands and for products. So we're working on it. Super excited about this right here because it's going to be game changer. But like I said, we're working on it, unfortunately. All right, we're going to start at the top. Hi, Paul. Do you have a demo Google spreadsheet you shared so we can upload products that are not a part of a supplier catalog? So, do you have a demo Google spreadsheet you had shared so we can upload products that are not a part of a supplier catalog? I'm a little bit confused by that question. I'm not sure, Colleen, if you're able to speak, or if you're in an area right now where you can't put on your mic, or if you can just retype it. I'm just a little bit confused by that question. What's a good way to gauge if they have a maximum order quantity set? So yeah, pretty much based on like I said, the offers tab. If the offers tab is flat, like if we look at offers like this right here, where this guy just has one, or this guy just has like where there's just it's flat 1,000. To me personally, I think that's like a maximum order quantity where they put. If you see that spike in buy box offer count, raise minimum for sure, 100%. Okay, cool. So we'll revisit Colleen's question here if it comes in, but we'll continue doing some sourcing here. All right, so let's go through tea tree therapy. So as I'm sourcing, and real before we actually jump into this, real quick, I mentioned this, and I'm going to continue to mention this because I really want everyone to understand, like if you're struggling to find profitable products, what I want everyone to understand in their business is that it's not about the product, it's about the supplier, right? Everything starts with your suppliers. Everything starts with who you're purchasing from, and that will change the game. Once you understand the concept that you are in the business of maybe sales, opening up wholesale accounts, contacting brands, contacting distributors. Once you understand the more accounts that you get, the more that you are setting yourself up for success, you will win in this game. If you open up 1, 2, 3 wholesale accounts, you open up KeHE, Frontier Co-op, Everyday Supply Co., you start sourcing, you're doing it too early. You're doing it prematurely. You need to open up more wholesale accounts before you start sourcing for products. Otherwise, you are going to get frustrated. You're going to feel like you're not finding anything profitable. And that's because they are challenging companies to buy from. Like even for me, we have good pricing, decently good pricing with KeHE, and they are a hard distributor to buy from. Not saying that there is an opportunity there. Everyone can find some pockets and stuff. I know people that, buy $200K a month from KeHE. I don't know how. I don't see it, but people make it work, right? My point is that I want everyone to understand that the power in your business is getting access to more suppliers. All you need is one quality supplier to change your business and to start finding good inventory for your company. That's it. Now, past my TED Talk, let's get into the sourcing here, okay? So one of my favorite things that I consistently look for, and I've mentioned this, but for people that are newer, I like to always try to put the current profit per sale next to the profit per sale for the last year. And the reason why is because for me, as an Amazon wholesale seller, I'm always trying to focus on items that I'm not just going to sell and profit from tomorrow or next month. I want to be able to profit off this item for the next year. There's products in my business that I've been selling since 2020, 2021. I mean, every single year it's making us money. That is the power of selling on Amazon. When you find a good product at the right cost, that is like you know, literally the whole business model is that those products now work for you. And the way that you find them is by historical profit. So when I see this here, where we're positive for the past year and it's profitable today, that's a good sign. So let's just open up this item. Okay, so we can see that recently the price has gone up. Once again, offer count went down, price went back up. Offers are at 12, offers were at 12 here, and we can see that prices were higher when offer counts are higher. So let's open up this item. Our cost here is $5.56 based on what's in the system. Okay, we can see that it's selling at $14.60, 20% margin. Great, awesome. Now what we want to check is just this lowest consistent price down here. Okay, so this is like $9. And we can see at $9, it's gonna be a break even item here. So for me personally, that's a little bit of a concern, right? Like I don't want to, there's for more than half of the year, I wouldn't be profitable on this product. Now up here at 1242, what is that profit? Okay, 9%, 20% margin or 20% ROI. It's really not the best. It's really not the best because it's not selling that much. And for more than half the year, I'm unprofitable on this item. For, you know, a quarter of the year, it's a 9% margin. For 3 months out of the year, it's a decent margin. I think that there's better products out there. Maybe you could go get a discount on the item, get, you know, 2, 5, 10% off. But personally for me, this is an item where I would most likely I would just pass it and move on to the next item. Yes, Jonathan.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Quick question. What was the that extension that you just had right now, just above the screen on Amazon? It is not Seller Amp. What is it?
Sure. This is called RevSeller.
RevSeller.
Yep. Whatever you guys like, you know, I think everyone has a little bit different preference. For me personally, I like RevSeller because I just use a calculator just to calculate profits. I don't use like this to source products.
Yeah.
I use my software to source products. But you know, yeah, so this is RevSeller. It's like $8 a month, I want to say. Super cheap, nice and convenient. I love it. Been using it for 5 years. So
great, thank you. While I have you here, can I ask you another question regarding the TPP? I'm actually fairly new, just a couple of hours ago. I've just subscribed.
Sure. Yeah.
All of the community now. I found this system extremely, I love the analytic behind, and I love all the numbers, and I like all the figures.
Yep.
And I think I've recalled watching one of you, a very quick video online about that you could compare almost certain distributors that have sometimes better pricing. So
yes.
I may be taking you to a different topic, so I apologize to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say after bringing 20 new suppliers, let's say, into my interface, I got it all. I got all the inventory sheet all uploaded. Everything is fine, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
How do you compare orange and apple? Let's say if supplier A and supplier B has the same product, and I want to be able to compare them.
Yep, great question. So on this left-hand side, there's this little arrow here. You just click on this arrow, and this will drop down if any other suppliers carry it. So this product is actually a good example. If I just drop this down, and then we can see that there are multiple different suppliers, and actually my lowest cost is $20, not $21. And just by that adjustment here, you know, that's an increase in margin from 10% to 13%. ROI from 18 to 24. So just all you got to do is click on this little arrow as you're sourcing, and that will then tell you if there's any comparison between any suppliers in the system for that product.
That's genius, man. Thank you so much for that.
Of course. Yes. All right, cool. Keep moving. All right. Let's see here. Once again, right? I want to focus on items where historically it's greater than a break even. Even this item here, 49 cents, 356, I'm willing to take a look at it and just see. Okay, so we can see that it seems like the price is holding pretty well at 23, and it was selling back here at 21, 21, 22, 21. Okay, so that tells me that really this price is selling at like $21. So let's open up this item. This is a set of 3. Cost is $10.16, including shipping and prep. So let's do a quick analyzation, 16% margin, 35% ROI, and 20 selling at 22.50. So like this is a pretty good product. Now real quick, man, hold on one second. Let's see here. Let's see. One second, guys. I just want to see this. That's March. Okay, here we go. All right. One second, guys. One second. I just want to. Here we go. I want to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes of Wholesale and why I'm a very, very big. Let's see if this will pull it up. Okay. Let's see. Where's my UPC? Do I have the UPC here? I do. Okay, let's see. All right. So I just want to show you guys something real quick, okay? This is why, and I'm gonna get vulnerable here with you guys. This is how much I love every single person in this room. Seriously, I want every single one of you guys to succeed in your business. This is my actual pricing from KeHE that I'm going to share with you guys here on this specific item. So this is an item that's truly profitable in my business. This is obviously a demo account. I can't go and share all my suppliers on my own account, but I will show you guys this specific item because I noticed something in our system here. Let me just quickly run through this and make sure that we have this stuff in the system. Okay. All right. So this is why I try to what I want everyone to understand here is that it's not about the supplier, it's about the relationship. It's about the relationship that you build with the suppliers that you open up. Okay. So this is KeHE here for me. These are all products. This is the percentage that I have off on items. So 35% off the wholesale price total, right? Where on some items, 25, 30, 30, right? People say that like KeHE isn't a good distributor. It's just you don't have good pricing. And this goes across the board for suppliers that you get access to. So what I'm trying to share with every single person here is that if you, as you're opening up wholesale accounts, try to build the relationship with the sales rep you have immediately. So this item here, the UPC of this product is this item, okay? And my cost, my true net cost is $296 per unit. So 296 times 3, right? $4.45 in profit, 20% margin, 50% ROI on an item that's pretty solid that I could be selling every single month of my business from KeHE, from this supplier right here. We probably order this product. Who knows? I don't know, right? But the point that I'm trying to make and I'm trying to show every single person here is that there's profitable products everywhere on Amazon. If they're not profitable, it's only because of the pricing you have. And if you feel like you have a decent account in your hands, just work hard to try to enter the door, like whatever you have to do. Right? Just try to enter the door. So as we're sourcing, maybe I'll source off of this sheet. Maybe I will literally source off this sheet right now, live for you guys, off of my current pricing with KeHE. Kind of ballsy, but I think I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's see if I can build a purchase order with KeHE live with my actual pricing. This isn't some fake pricing. This is my real pricing with KeHE. Okay, unit cost, net cost. Let's put this in. Let's see. This is one item. We're gonna be adding this product to a purchase order, by the way. We already started. So I just out of curiosity, how many people, how many products do you think that I'll be able to find in the next, call it 30 minutes from this specific file? I would love for anyone to take a guess from this distributor that every single person in this room has a wholesale account open with. 35. 35 is gassing it, not gonna lie. 5, okay, 15. 15, okay. All right, 20, 15. Look, 20. Wow. I mean, I love the confidence, but holy, 20 products is a lot. 15. Holy, all right. I guess I have to find 20 at this point. 15 or 20 products. Holy shit. That's a lot of items to find in 30 minutes, but we'll try to make it happen. We'll try to make it happen. All right, so let's let this load in here. 10. I think I can find 10. Solid 75. Manav, your M3 is looking great, man. Your M3 is looking great, by the way. 8, okay, 7. Like my cut, I appreciate it. I wasn't too happy with how it came out, but it's all right. 50 with that percentage discount. Now, even still with this discount, it's hard to find profitable products. Like, I'm just being real with you guys in terms of like this specific supplier. KeHE is a challenging supplier. Like, it is a challenging supplier to buy from. But we'll see what we can make work here, okay? And let's see if we can pick off some items. So first thing is that now that we found a profitable product, what I'm going to personally do, why is it a supplier? Great question. So the reason why it's a challenging supplier is because the organic industry is very, very competitive in Jersey. Or I don't know why I said Jersey because I just saw a comment come in. The organic category is just a very competitive category, right? It's a niche where it's like grocery can be low margin, number one. Number two, it's like people, when they first start selling on Amazon, they immediately go to KeHE or Frontier Co-op or Everyday Supply Co. as their first options, pretty much. You know, where if you have really good pricing, you can make it work, but it's just like people have really, really good pricing with some of these suppliers. Yes, Renee.
Yeah, now that you mentioned New Jersey, I'm located in Florida, and a couple of because I've been trying to use your prep center.
Sure.
A couple of suppliers asked me for a resale certificate from New Jersey. So is that something related to those specific suppliers, or is every time that I ship something there, I will have to deal with that?
Nope. So just use this form here, multi-jurisdiction. That's
Okay.
it. And then from that point, once you submit it with the supplier, you get the wholesale account open. You won't have to consistently do that anymore.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Yes, there's a few more questions here. Yes, SN. I forget.
Hey, Paul, this is Steven. Hey, before I just noticed you're in the UPC scanner page, but before you were in the storefront stalker.
Yes.
I'm kind of confused by that.
Sure. So I'll kind of walk through the process live with you guys here on how I'm going to add storefronts in. Like I'm going to go through with you guys live. Like I'm going to be as transparent as anyone on the internet's going to be about this stuff. Like to show you guys that number one, this is real. Number two, that every single person in this room can build a successful company. And number three, the strategies that we use in our business to be able to find profit products pretty consistently. So we'll run through everything here. This call might be a little bit longer, to be honest with you guys, but honestly, I'm cool with it. We got nearly 60 people in the room here. Let's run it up and let's see how many products we can add from the supplier and see what we can make work here live. So yes, Monique.
Yes, I have two questions. The first one is about that multi-jurisdiction
Sure.
form. My state is not listed on there. Is it another way around it or somewhere else?
In terms of like shipping inventory to me, then you're going to want to put New Jersey. If you're shipping inventory to yourself or to a different prep center, then you want to put the location for that. If they're not listed on there, most likely you have your own state resale certificate though.
I do. Yes, I do have that.
Yep. But if you're shipping it to, let's say, New Jersey to my warehouse, then you would want to just put in essentially your EIN where
Okay.
where the New Jersey is. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you open this up, right? Let's say you just click on this and then you just type in your EIN number and then essentially that should be fine. Or your resale permit number too.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if they give you any pushback, let me know. But this is what I've always done. So
Okay. And my second question is in third party profits. I was trying to upload a catalog
Mhm.
and it's saying that it's uploaded, but when I go back and try to search the products, looking for the better deal, it won't pull up anything.
So what I'd recommend to do is go to catalog name and then filter by that specific catalog that you've integrated into the software, just like I did here. So the KeHE sheet is the sheet here that I just uploaded into the software. And we're going to go through and that's the only file that we're going to source off of.
Okay. So go to the catalog name.
Correct. That column and then filter down by that specific catalog or that file name essentially that you uploaded.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's run it. Let's run through the motion here. Okay. So first product we found, I'm just going to go back to the storefront stalker. That one does count. I am going to give myself that one. This is the ASIN. We'll add it in to the system. Add to PO. We'll quickly check out the quantity that we want to buy, right? So this sells what, 50 to 100 to 200 times a month. Offer count looks pretty consistent. Sales rank is 70-ish thousand. Like I would personally sell, I don't know, 24 to maybe 36 a month is what I'm going to put. So this is a set of 3. We'll put in, what is that? 36 times 108. Okay, we'll go off that one item. We have our discount with KeHE. Normally, I actually can get an additional 1 to 2%. I'm going to be doing this as if I'm literally building my own purchase order. You guys are just watching me live. Okay, so 276 is what I could actually get on this specific product. All right, next item. Okay, let's go through the motion here. We're also going to delete these storefronts in the system. That way we can add new storefronts in based on what my strategy is going to be. We're going to start with the UPC scanner though for this specific catalog, and let's run through. All right, profit per sale, I'm going to do greater than $1 after all expenses. Great offer count greater than 3. Going to do profit margin that's greater than 8. Let's do a rank that is between 1 to 200,000. In stock Amazon percentage less than 50. Buy box greater than 80. Okay. Actually, I might bump up profit per sale. We might do 150. Oops. All right. Oops. And I don't know how to get this dock thing. I hate when this is showing up. This thing down here. I don't want it to show up over there. Come on, come back over. There we go. We're also going to put a historical profit greater than break even here. All right. So we have $156,000 worth of profit here on this file from KeHE. Call it 1 to 10% is realistically what I can capture here in terms of opportunity. So we'll run through the motion. Let's go through. I normally like to do it from maybe lowest profit to highest profit. You could do it based on, offer count highest to lowest. You could put it from lowest to highest. You could put sell price. You can do a ton of different stuff here. So let's just see. Silver salmon. Let's open up this first item here. Okay. All right. So offer count does look like it's going down, which is a good indication on the item. The price is going to bounce back up here. Was selling $12.55.
Last Tuesday, do you have any value?
Our cost, and real quick, I'm not sure who's here. Joe, I'm just gonna mute you real quick. All right. There we go. Okay. Our cost is $749 after all expenses. This is a 10% margin, 20% ROI, 200 plus bought in the past month. It was selling consistently at this 1255 mark. Offer count is going down on the item, which it's negative if we were to buy that product. Back here at 19, it's pretty solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this all year, and we can see that this item was selling at 19. Offer count went up. Price went down. Offer count's going back down. Price is going to go back up. I really don't know if I'd buy this item. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you guys a little bit more game here, okay? So like I always say, and I mention this all the time inside of Discord, is that the only way that KeHE works is your volume discount and promotions. Promotions are a window where the item is heavily discounted for a period of time. So for an example, on my file, I'm able to see when this product is no longer on promotion. Okay, so until 3/21/2026. And by the way, this is actually a March promotional sheet, so it's a little bit behind here. But I can see the date that this is going to end, right? So since I know that this is going to end, this means that other people aren't going to get this price anymore on this product. So even though that this price was selling at $12.56, the reason why this price was selling this low for this long was because the promotion was available for a longer period of time. Now that promotion's ending, people are going to sell through their inventory. Cost of goods are going to go up. And now the people that are buying at the tail end of the promotion will be able to secure that cost at a lower cost while that promotion no longer exists, right? So they're capitalizing on this opportunity. For me, I'm not going to count this product in me purchasing because it's a little bit different scenario. But I want to show you guys some game here, right? I'm trying to show you guys some game behind the scenes. So, you know, let's keep moving. This item here, we'll open it up. Just kind of take a look, right? Nope, this item sucks. Open it up immediately. I have no interest in it. Next item. Okay, KeHE graph looks pretty solid here. Once again, offer count's going down. I like to see that. We're going to open up this listing. Cost is $843 on the item as a 3-pack. Break even was selling at $18.95. Does look like we also need approval to sell the item. But when it does jump down to $14.99, it's just not profitable. So we're going to move on. Okay, next item here. Angel hair, $383. Open it up. Okay. So far, product looks pretty solid. It's going to be a little bit slower of a mover here. But we can see that the price bounces up to $14.98. Right? So it's a 100% ROI in the item, 25% net margin on this product. So like, even though this item is a slower mover, we can see the offer count's going down. At $9.90, it is still selling, and I'm still making money on this product. Oops, that's a break even actually. Bounces up to 12, 13, 13, 1276, 1279, 1241, 12% net, 1480, 1499. I don't know. Let's take a look at the offers tab here. Yeah, so this is a good indication. This seller here, we could see 21. So from January 28th to March 28th, he sold 20 units, which really isn't a lot. We could see this seller here from February 16th to March 23rd. He sold, what is that? I don't know, from 56 down to 670. That's around 50. This person sold 145 down to 60. So it seems like there's an indication that the product is selling. The offer count is going down, which is also good as well. I mean, at this price point of $14.99, there is some opportunity. I'm going to add it to my PO. I'm not really sure if I would end up purchasing the product, but I am going to add it, and then we'll revisit it kind of when we have a finalized PO. I think I would test buy maybe 12, maybe 24 units. I think 24 in the item, and then we'll move on. All right, next item here. Let's see. All right, keep a graph pretty consistent on the product. It does look like the brands on the listing here. This right here, right? We can see the brands, Melora, Manuka, and then we can see that's the brand there. So we're going to move on from the product. Good. This is a chocolate bar. We can't sell chocolate right now because it's summer, or it's spring, going to be going into summer. So we're going to pass on that. Watkins Seasonings, we'll open this item up. Okay, this is too high of a rank for me. Too low of a price. We're just going to move on. Next item, 180 count. All right, this looks like a pretty good product so far. Cost is $11.79 here. Let's open up the item. Okay, we can see it's a net 8%, net 14% ROI. Does look like the offer count has been going up. The price has been going down, but the product consistently sells around $22.75. $22.75, it's a lot better ROI and margin, something that would be a little bit more entertaining to me. It does sell at 24 as well, which is a $5 profit, 19% margin. $24.92. Once again, pretty solid item. So far, I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but the offer count is going up. Now, what I'm going to do in my specific scenario is I'm going to check when this promotion is going to end, right? So let's see here. Okay, so this product is ending 3/21, enhanced deal, 35%, meaning that this price is going to go back up, right? This item, 3/21, was the last date I could purchase this product at this cost here. Since that's the last date, now essentially other people, people are buying it, but once they start selling through the inventory on the item, then the price is going to go back up to this price point, and then you can make money on the listing, or at least I can make money on the listing. I do think I also need approval for the item. Actually, this says I can sell it. 23, 23, 23. But we can see when it does get competitive here, right, we look at the historical data back here. When the offer count goes back up, we can see from April, look at, it's literally April. It's repeating itself in terms of history. From April all the way to essentially, I don't know, August, it's selling at a price point where we're not profitable. Therefore, I wouldn't buy this item because the data is telling me that the offer count's going back up. Today, the offer count's going back up. So this is going to sell like this until the end of summer, and then eventually the price will go back up. And personally, for me, I'm not really too interested in that. We're just going to move on. Okay, next item here. 849. Open this up. Okay, keep a graph looks pretty good so far. 300 plus ball in the past month. We have a net margin of 10%, 21% ROI, $1.77. It seems like selling around $17.90. Does drop down a little bit as well in the item. Does sell decently well, 200 to 300 times a month. We'll take a look once again on the product here. On that UPC, see what the scenario is on the item. So once again, that promotion's ending, right? Because that promotion's ending, meaning that price I'm going to get, I'm going to secure that price. Every single person in this room has access to promotions as well inside your KeHE portal. If you reach out to your sales rep, ask them for a list of promotions, or what's coming in the near future, or if you go into the portal, every single person has access to promotions through KeHE. What I'm sourcing right now, maybe pricing's a little bit different, but fundamentally, everyone here can do the same exact thing as me. So this is an item that I actually would want to add to a purchase order, simply because I know that the price of the item, we're going to be able to keep it at that price, right? We're securing that cost essentially. Margin is a little bit lower than what I like. Yes.
I noticed when you're looking at the KeHE graph, I know you did filters where if Amazon's not on the listing more than 50% of the time, but you seem to not look at like who controls the buy box from anyone, right? You just seem to just source it.
Yep. So the biggest thing for me that I'm looking at for any product is simply just the offer count. The offer count tells me more of a story than anything else, because the thing to consider when it comes to the buy box statistics is that there's times in the day where people could be winning the buy box, but that doesn't mean that they're getting sales in the product. Like, think about this for a second. Let's say that there's a seller that's on a listing on the buy box from 12 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning. Is he going to make more sales, even though for 1/4 of the day he's holding the buy box? Is he going to make more sales than the person that's on the buy box from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.? But people are that's when most frequent shoppers are occurring on the platform. So the biggest thing for me when I'm sourcing is I'm looking at the offer count, because the offer count is telling me whether or not people are selling through their inventory. And if they're selling through their inventory, I know that it's worth it to try to test buy it to see if I could sell it too.
Yes, thank you, Paul.
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Hello?
Now. Yes.
You kind of
All right.
permanently freeze, Paul.
So what point did I lose you guys at? Is it happening again?
I think you were just finishing up answering the question for someone.
Come on. Yep. So, all right. So I'll kind of.
You kind of sound like a robot.
Breaking up really
That's
bad.
what's going on. It sounds like it's your connection.
Is it still happening or no?
Kind of
Paul,
going
can you hear
in
me?
and out, and you're all
Right now, you're
pixelated
good.
on your picture.
Is my internet still cooked, Delk, or no?
I can hear you. No, I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
good now, Paul. If you can hear me, you're a little pixelated,
Yep,
but
I
like
can
I
hear
can hear you.
All right. I mean, all right, cool. So what I'll kind of revisit. I'll just go over it again because I don't know where you guys, where we lost each other. But the question was revolved around why I'm not like looking deeper into the buy box statistics. So like I said, for me personally, when I'm sourcing, the biggest thing that I'm looking at is going to be the offer count, because it tells more of a story to me on whether or not anyone who's listing the product, who's ever buy box competitive, is making sales. And if I know that I can be buy box competitive, then I can try to get on the listing, make sales as well. And the reason why I'm not really digging deeper into the buy box statistics as well is because, like I said, you know, the data that's coming in, you got to analyze it from not just like, okay, this person's winning the buy box the most. Are we gonna be able to get market share of the product? Because it depends on when they're winning the buy box. And also when you're just sourcing as well, like I'm just hovering over this buy box and like we see all these different sellers' names coming in and out. We have Neptune's Marketplace, Vitamins to Go, eScout, right? Vitamins to Go.
Paul, I can't see your screen. I'm not sure if anybody else can see it, but
Can anyone else see my screen?
I
I
can
don't.
see it. Yeah, I can see
I
it.
see your screen. I mean, it's a little blurry.
No?
Yeah,
All right.
it's blurry, your screen, and I think it's frozen for me as well.
Dude, what the heck is going on my internet? It's frozen. Can you guys see my screen now? Is it good?
It's
Looks
back.
great
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Okay. Man, what the heck is going on? the Wi-Fi guys are trying to take me down right now. Spending too much game. All right, so what was I saying? Right, when you're hovering over the buy box, I could see different sellers' names also winning the buy box here, like on the product. Like as we're just scrolling through, it's all different sellers' names. Therefore, I know that there's buy box rotation going on without me physically having to look at the data. We just can see all these different sellers' names. So yeah, like this item here really isn't the best margin product. We're at a net 10%, net 21% ROI after all expenses. And I would try to get an additional 2 to 3% from KeHE. Maybe they'll give it to me, maybe they won't. We'll see, but we'll add it and we'll try it out. We'll give it a shot. So let's move on to the next product here. Okay, this is a missed product. This might be a hazmat, but let's take a look into it and then see. And real quick, I don't think I actually added that product to the purchase order, did I? Because I think I lost the network here. Oh, I did. Okay, and let's also only filter down by KeHE right now. All right, so right now we're at $996. Cool. Let's keep it moving. Where were we? We were here. All right, this product sucks. Terrible. Waste of time. Don't even look at it. Next item. All right. Is it better? Please tell me it's better.
There we go.
Am I still?
Yes.
You're golden.
I'm
Yes.
golden? Please tell me I'm golden. Oh, my. You got to love technology when it works, right? But when it doesn't work, it's like, what the heck? Pisses you off. Anyways, let's get back into this. We're cooking here. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We got to get to 15 products, right? That's what everyone was saying. Everyone was saying 15 products. So we'll see if we can make it happen. All right. So real quick, this is a huge thing right here. This right here is an IP complaint, guys. Okay. Whenever you see a product where the offer count drops overnight like this, that is something that you need to be cautious about. It is not normal for 6 people to sell out of inventory in one day. Oh, this is being recorded. Oh no, I have to re-record it. Okay, no, it's still recording. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so this is an offer count, right? Whenever you see this like fall off a cliff, that's a bad sign. This is normal, where it's just dropping off. That's okay. Real quick, we got to admit someone in here. All right, cool. Next item. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Healthy skin. Let's go. 1246 is our landed cost here. All right, so we can see that it looks like this has been dominated by FBM. I don't want to compete on items where it's only FBM because it's FBM for a reason. So I'm going to move on to the next item here. Organic Planet. Okay, so far, Keep a Graph is okay. It's not the best. We can see that it's like a low price product. Offer count is consistently low. And it's starting to go up now. I'm not the biggest fan of this item. We're just going to move on from the product. Velocity is not the best.
Real quick, Tom.
Yep.
So what do you mean when you say when something's all FBM, it's FBM for a reason that you don't want to mess with that product?
Yep. So the thing about selling at Amazon is like other people are looking at the products you're sourcing as well. So like if this item was a good FBA product, they would be selling it. So this is what I like to call my business a problem dog, essentially. I don't know what the issue is, but there's a reason why people aren't listing this item on Amazon as FBA. And because of that, I'm not going to waste my time trying to dig into why.
Okay. I mean, I've seen some FBM only listings, and it looks like that they're more like break even products, but you wouldn't recommend getting those products just to get your sales up as a new seller.
If you're doing FBM on them, then I would do that. But for me, I'm primarily FBA. I don't know what it is. I've always just dealt with problems where if there's only FBM on the listing and I jump on like as the only FBA seller, I run into some problems. So
I just want to say this: when I do run into that issue where there's only FBM, I copy the ASIN number, put it in Sell Essential, and if you look, FBA is usually ineligible, and that's why there's nobody even doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen that too.
So,
But I was trying to figure out why it's like that. Why Amazon is not allowing FBA on those. I
Amazon
was
is weird
just
with
going
that.
through that today. Like I was like,
Yeah, Amazon can be weird with that type of stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why they make the decisions that they do, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this other item here, I really just wasn't the biggest fan of. If I open up this item, I can almost guarantee it's a variation listing. I'll just do it just to kind of see if I'm right, and we can see it's a variation listing. This variation is just not making a lot of sales. I can just tell by the offer count. I'm not really interested. It's selling at $8. How much money can I make on this type of product? We're just going to move on from the item and do this all over again. Next product here. Okay, price is way too consistent. That's a red flag. We can actually see that the brand's on the listing. Forces of Nature USA, Forces of Nature. Move on. Next item. $11.79. This is tea. Okay, we can see once again, it looks like FBM selling this product for some reason. FBA was selling it at a super, super low price. It's just this is just a weird product. It's a weird product. Seems like only one seller has been listing it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. My cost is also $11.79, and competitive FBA was at $13.99. Just going to move on. Once again, just not a good item. $9.78. Once again, primarily only FBM selling this product. It's probably a hazmat if we open up the item. Let's just take a look. It is a hazmat. It does like FBA sellers are starting to come on the listing a little bit, but it's still not necessarily the best item. Offer count is consistently kind of low. It doesn't really look like there's a ton of sales happening. We're just going to move on once again, unfortunately. If you care, 2 times 24. So this is a 2-pack here. Yes, Peter, I do buy hazmat. But there's a specific type of hazmat that I buy. And what I mean by that is like, it's got to be more profitable. And it's got to be selling because hazmat is just a pain to deal with. Once again, this product is not that good. Sales ranks high. Offer count's going up. We're just going to move on. Once again, move on. 345. So another thing that I want you guys to realize is like how fast I'm kind of sourcing, how fast I'm making decisions to move on from an item. So let's see. Okay. All right. So it does seem like I need approval. I think that this is also a 3-pack. Yep. Okay. 3-pack. It's going to be unprofitable now. Next product. Real lemon. Okay. 504. Once again, it looks like the brand's on the listing. Real cookies. We're just going to move on to the next item. 889. Okay, here's a better wholesale product. So these look like they're croutons. This is calculating it as a 3-pack. My cost is $8.89 on the item. That's a 10% margin, 22% ROI, and it's consistently profitable. Now, that being said, offer count is going up. That's a little bit scary for me on this type of item. But it seems like the item overall is very, very consistent in terms of like being able to make money on the product. Like every single month, you could be selling this product. Let's see here. It does also look like the brand's on the listing, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of an issue because a lot of other third-party sellers are selling it. What I'm going to do now is I will look in the buy box statistics and get an idea of how much are they dominating. So we can see that they have 27%, the brand itself. For the past year, they're priced at $19.85 on average. So at $19.85, that's actually exactly what I have in. I am still profitable. 2016, 1957, 2044. It's like, it's not the best item. Offer count is going up. I mean, I don't know. I think I would pass on buying this product today, but I would potentially buy it in the future. So I'm going to save it and just put it in my folder. I won't add it to a purchase order though. Okay. Tea tree therapy, $6.29. All right. We can see price has gone up on the item. recently. I think we actually looked at this item through a seller storefront. I do need approval to sell the product. It's was selling at 850, right? At 850, I'm losing a ton of money. And at 1242, it's not that profitable. So just gonna move on. Shane, so the folder I put it into is to save products. So if I go in here, it's gonna be in this folder. I can source through the supplier at any time to then make sure this item is more profitable, right? So like, let's say that traditionally the offer count is 13, right now it's 22. If I see that this offer count starts to go down, like every single week, if I check this ASIN, I can just pin this ASIN. So whenever I come into the software now, if I just refresh this, imagine you come in tomorrow, you're going to see this ASIN now, right? So let's say you want to make sure you want to watch that offer count go down. That's going to be an indication that you want to come back on the product. That's how you can pick off that item. So just because this item is not that good today because the offer count's going up, I will buy this product 2 months, 3 months from now when the offer count goes down a little bit. So let's see, where were we here? Where were we? Tea tree. Okay. I think we were at this one here. All right. This is a pack of 588. Let's open this item up. All right, so offer count is going down. I love to see that. Price is going up. At 936, it seems like it's not going to be profitable. It was selling at 1261, which is profitable. So pretty consistently, it's profitable. However, when the offer count does go up, at 930, 980, that is rough, right? But I mean, this is an opportunity where you could be selling a product for a little bit. But based on this KeHE graph, when the offer count went down here, it went back up pretty large, right? It went back up pretty fast. I'm assuming that might be the same scenario with this item. So it's going to bounce up here for another 2 weeks. And then by the time I ship the inventory in, and the price is going to go back down. And then it's just going to lose money on the item. So I'm just going to pass on the product, to be honest with you. It's also milk chocolate. I think that this is a meltable. Yep, it's a meltable as well. I didn't even realize that. All right, now let's kind of jump into storefront stalking here. Okay, so this is actually a really good product to storefront stalk off of. So what is the buy window for meltables? Meltables are in the cold season. From October to essentially February is where you want to buy meltables. Anything after February, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to end up sitting on inventory. You're going to lose money because Amazon's going to say you can't sell it anymore because it's going to melt by the time it gets to the customer. But now we're going to do some storefront stalking. We did a little bit of UPC scanning. I could continue to go through the UPC scanner. However, I want to show you guys a little bit of storefront stalking here, okay? So the reason why we're going to storefront stalk on this product is because since the offer count is a little bit higher, I'm going to get a large range of sellers that have sold a product that my supplier carries. And what my goal is to find a seller that I believe is potentially purchasing from KeHE. That's my goal, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on data and buy box statistics to look at all of the sellers on the listing in the past, let's say, year. And this is what we're going to do as the next steps to quickly find some better products for our business. Okay, so we have a few different items. I want to focus on sellers that have a little bit higher review count. And the reason why is because they're going to have a larger storefront. And since they have a larger storefront, I'll be able to analyze more products. I'll be able to make more matches with their store. So Modern Party, let's open them up. Okay, so they have 3,000 results in their store. Now we can see that they carry like Nintendo, Game Traveler, Copper Fit, right? Some brands that I know that KeHE doesn't carry. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to search here, organic. Why? Because KeHE carries organic grocery. They carry organic products. We can see that they have 447 results for organic products. Now I know that their storefront has products that correlate to the market that my supplier distributes, right? So I want to focus on the sellers that I believe are buying from similar distributors is what I have access to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this seller storefront. We're going to go into the storefront stalker. We're going to add them into the storefront here and then hit submit. We're going to go into the next seller while this is loading in. Now, next one here, we have Lux Products. Let's open them up. They have 471 results. We're going to type in organic. Do the same thing. Okay, they have 49 results for organic products. That's enough for me to say, all right, cool. We'll throw them in as well. Why not? You guys have the unlimited subscription on the software. Put in more storefronts. Build out a list, right? Next seller here, we sell. Same thing. Type in organic. Oops, didn't type that right. Okay, 7 results for organic. Not going to put them in. Clearly, they don't have enough organic presence. We're just going to move on from them. Next seller here, Philadelphia Trading Company. Organic. Oops, once again, I can't type. Organic, there we go. Okay, 10 results. Not enough. Next product or next seller. Organic. 37 results. Really not that much here. Maybe we could look into it. I don't know. It's really not a lot. We're going to move on. Navistro. Let's open them up. Organic. 276 results. Awesome. Okay. Take their storefront. We're going to add it in. Next one. Hollywood Traders. Let's see. Organic. 29 results. Nope. Move on. Grandioso Goods. Do the same thing. We'll do this as the last storefront here so we can start finding profitable products. 585 results. Awesome. Okay, so every single seller that I'm adding into the software, I'm specifically targeting them selling in the industries that my supplier carries. I don't want to add a storefront that there's no correlation between what they sell versus what my supplier carries. Otherwise, I'm going to be sourcing products I could never sell in the first place profitably. Okay, so now we have all of these different items. I want to make sure that we're also sourcing off of the sheet that we have today, which is called KeHE sheet, right? That's the sheet that we want to look at for the pricing that is actually my real pricing here and is not empty as well. We're going to do that. Okay. All right. So here's all the results that we have. Let's go through the motion. First one, open it up, 2154. All right. So we can see, looks like price got destroyed when Amazon came on. It's kind of recovering a little bit here. Offer count is not really going down. We're going to move on from this item. Reviews kind of suck too. So we'll move on. 708, next item. All right, here we go. This is a little better. Oops, brand's on the listing. Brand's also selling this product as well, right? So I want to see how much they own in the buy box statistics here because I believe that they're going to probably carry like 50 to 60% for the past year. And if that's the case, I'm just going to move on. Yeah, 78%, right? Move on from that product. Sucks. Next one. Okay, here we go. All right. So we can see offer counts staying very, very stable. I don't like that. This to me is a red flag. Why? Because that means that people aren't selling their inventory as fast as I anticipated. It's very, very flat. It's very, very flat, especially from going from August to pretty much May. So once again, I'm just going to move on from the item. It's not selling fast enough. I can just tell by the offers. All right. This one, I believe, is, oh, this is oysters. Pack of 10. Interesting. Okay, $7 profit. Let's open this up. All right. This so far looks like a decent item. Offer counts continuing to go up, which I don't like to see. So we'll just take a look real quick here. Is this a variation listing? Yes, it is. Right? 20% margin, 40% ROI on the item. We'll go into the offers tab. quickly see what this looks like. I don't think it's really selling. Okay, we have this guy here. We sold 42 to 28 when he's 24th of March to April 20th. So it took him, I don't know what, a month to sell 41 minus, what is that, 11? This guy had 41, 28. It's like the same thing there. It's pretty weird. This guy is the same thing as well. And this guy is the same thing as well. That's very strange. I don't like this item. I just don't like it. Offer count to me, I mean, it goes down a little bit here. I mean, it went down a little bit at 36. Oh yeah, we're losing money. Okay, next item. Move on. Move on. Okay, let's see. 3-pack. Update that. Unprofitable. 3-pack. Unprofitable. Earth Science 3-pack. Open this up. All right, this item might have some opportunity here. Okay, we can see that kind of price went down a little bit. It's starting to recover. It's going to bounce back up to what this was here at 35. We can see it's back at 35. 35, decent item. If we're able to get like 3% off, we're looking at 12%, 21% ROI, $4 profit per sale. Offer count does go down. 26 went down to 18. Check out the offers tab here, and it's kind of get a look of what quantity is actually selling. What quantity is actually selling from sellers? Okay. Here we go. Okay, we've got you covered. Nope, that really doesn't seem like a lot. 29 down to 2. No, it's not really looking prime. Look at historical.
So wait, Paul, I'm sorry to interrupt. So when you see a variation listing, you look at this screen that you're in right now at the boxes of this specific item on what it's selling for each person?
Yep, and I'm trying to look at their specific sell through. So like here I can see this is organic here. These are real sales. So from February 23rd to March 25th, they sold around 30 units. This person sold from March 18th down to April 26th. What is that? I don't know, 10 units. That's 30, 40-ish units. This person sold some inventory. It doesn't really seem like it's selling that fast, which I anticipated that, but I thought it would be selling a little bit better than what it is. Based on the KeHE graph and the sales rank here, but I don't know. $4.36. You make 15 sales a month times 436. What is that? $50 in net profit. I mean, it's not great. I might add it in just to add it in, and then we'll kind of take it off and just see. But it's nothing special, to be honest. 1735. So I also want you guys to understand too, is like for me personally, if I'm on the fence about adding a product, I'm just going to add it. And then when it comes time to actually placing the purchase order, that's where I will like finalize it, right? Where I will remove items where they just don't really seem the best. They're lower profit per sales. Margins aren't that good. Once I have a surplus of products to buy, then I become selective on what I actually want to purchase with the money that I'm going to allocate towards that specific supplier. This here, we can see the brands on the listing. KeHE products. KeHE, once again, we're going to move on. 25.34. Okay, price is starting to go up. Seems like offer count staying flat. We're going to move on here. I think I'm going to reorganize how we're sourcing because the results that we're getting so far are not what I'm looking for. Therefore, we are going to change some things up a little bit here. Okay. All right, let's start here. 674 for this item. Okay, so selling at $18.99. Sales rank is pretty much consistently there. However, it's only indicating 100 sold. This is a 2-pack. update the bone quantity. It's unprofitable. Next item. Move on. Okay. Shameless Snacks. 6. Open this up. Woof. I don't like this. When pricing gets this aggressive on Amazon, I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna move on from this item. I don't want to see it. Crunchmaster 340. Let's see. I'm trying to look for products that are like stable, right? I'm not trying to look for items that are just like they just like tank in price like this, like how it just went from selling at $12 down to 8, and then it's back at 12, and then the offer count's going to go back up and it's going to go back down to 8. I really don't have that much interest in selling items like that. I'm in the game of focusing on products that I can sell every single month in my business. Like this item, if it could be profitable, we'll take a look. 465. I don't think it's going to be, but we'll see. Sells at 920. Yeah, it's unprofitable. Next item. 1862. All right. This one might be a little better. Was someone going to say something?
Yeah, I have a quick question. A couple of products ago, you said that the price was going up while the offer count was keeping steady. What is wrong with that?
Because if the indication for me that I want to see is the offer count like going down. Like for an example, this here 16 to 12 to me is like a good sign that people are selling inventory. So if it's not like, if it's just like flat, to me it's a little bit of a red flag, even if it's like the price is going up or it's consistent. Because that either means that someone's holding on to too much stock and they're dominating the buy box on the listing, or the product just simply isn't selling fast enough. Otherwise, you'd see the offer count go down.
Okay.
Oh, okay, let's take a look at this item. So far, this is, oops, I saw a guest try to come in here, but I'm not, okay, they got auto in. Oh, look at that IP complaint, right? IP complaint. Here we go. 23 offers down to 1. You see the brand on the listing, right? That's why whenever you see this, this is an IP complaint, meaning that you will get an account health violation. Even though people are back on this listing, do not become that person. You will get your account health in trouble by trying to sell this product to make a quick dollar. Do not do it. All right, let's take a look here. All right, it's restricted. Can't even sell it. Move on. 2508. Price is way too consistent. Brands on the listing. Move on. 1675. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I like this. So far, this is a good product. I like this. I like this item here. Okay, so it's consistently selling around $27. Third-party sellers do get in the buy box a little bit, not a ton. Amazon's off the listing now. At 27. What is that? A 9% margin, a little bit lower than what I like. 2804. Patterns also on the listing now. But yeah, this is an item that we're going to pass on, unfortunately. I'm gated on it. Number 1. Number 2, Patterns on the listing. They are the authorized seller of this brand, it seems like. It's just a part of the game, right? Just a part of the game. All this stuff that you guys are going through in terms of sourcing, we go through the same thing, same process of going product by product by product and analyzing them. I remember the brands, right? The reason why I'm skipping some products is because I remember the brands they're selling on that specific product. That way I'm just going to remove it. I'm not even going to look at it. See, Crystal?
Quick question.
Yep.
When you're going back to the IP, when you look at the KeHE graph and there's no indication whatsoever that there was an IP complaint, but yet Amazon lists it as an IP, and
Yeah.
when you look, there's a bunch of sellers, and is that safe to list that product?
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, you know, for me personally, I don't reference where it says IP in like a profit calculator, like seller ramp, rev seller. I ignore those things. And the reason why is because that's coming from a seller reporting it, but there's different types of account health violations. There's account health violations where the brand is submitting an account health violation against you. And then there's another where it's the customer. So let's say that you buy something on Amazon and you're like, oh, this product doesn't feel real. And then you go and you report it to Amazon. That seller is going to get an account health violation, but that's not an IP complaint. That's just like a customer being a customer. If a brand is coming at you to get you and other sellers off the listing, that is like an IP complaint where you need to be weary of that inside of the KeHE data. So sellers that don't know the difference, maybe they dealt with these problems where they got some form of a violation, but it wasn't from the brand. It was their problem. It was an own internal issue. So therefore, that's why I kind of ignore those things and those suggestions from them.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so crystal deodorant here. Once again, it seems like we need approval. I'm going to put this on. Let's do the product restrictions here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's save us a little bit of time. Right? Why wouldn't we? Kiss my face. Let's see. Open this up. Oops. Once again, right? IP complaint here. 13.2. We're going to get off the listing. We're going to move away. Nani's Biscuits, 6/21/78. All right, here we go. I like this so far. 21.78. 12% margin, selling at 39.80. Okay, price does go down a little bit. 35, 38, 38, 38. Pretty solid at 38 here. I like that. What is the largest discount you have asked for at KeHE, and how soon do you start asking for discounts? Our discount percentage or volume discount is 15%, and then we get 15% on promotion, which everyone in this room can get 15 or 10 or 20% on promotion. For us, we place like one purchase order a month. Like we don't do a ton of business with them. It's just we have a good relationship with their sales rep. And we've had an account for a while, you know, so I would just like try to put the effort in, you know, that's really what it's about with any supplier. But what I want everyone to also understand is like, you guys see me sourcing right now. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? We're going through the process. We're analyzing items. Some items suck. Some items are unprofitable. Some items have a little bit of opportunity, but like, this is the game, right? This is the game of wholesale, no matter what level you're at. The only difference is between where you are to where you want to go to is the pricing that you need to acquire to become a more profitable business. And how you do that is just by building that relationship with your sales rep. Ask them what they like to do in their free time. You know, how many kids they have, what do their kids like to do? And then when you're going and you're just having conversations, it's just like real conversations. Like, oh, yeah, did you take your son to the Yankee game recently? Or like, did you take him to the football game? Or, hey, did you watch the sports? Or like, did you watch the Masters recently? Or, oh, did you go to your lake house? Like, you know, it's just about building like any other friendship. And because of that, it gets to a level where they care about you. And because they care about you, they want to see you succeed. And because of that, they're willing to do things for you, you know? But like, this is an item here that I would test buy this product. The offer count's been going down. Price has been pretty steady on the item for the past 4 to 5 months. It's not the fastest selling item. I'd give it a shot though. I would give it a shot. We would test buy like maybe 12 units of the item. That's really it. $60 in profit. That's really what I would do. Okay, let's see. Is there any other items here? Seems like we're kind of getting to the end of the list. All right, cool. No worries. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the next process here. So far, this is what we have with our real pricing from KeHE. We have $1,000 in profit in the past hour, by the way, hour and a half here. $1,000 in profit, 15% margin, 37% ROI. Delk, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, man. I'm gonna get this to $2,500 in profit. We're gonna build this up. live. Like I'm not done yet. So this is what we're gonna do now. Okay, we're gonna now go and search the brands that we found profitable. So we have Ecos, we have this brand, Earth Science, Nani's. Okay, we're gonna start with Ecos here. And by the way, these are all brands I'm also ungated in. So now we're gonna jump into the brand research. And now we're just gonna search the brands that we know is profitable. Okay, so view products here. I don't know why this is coming back as approval required. When maybe if there's a few items here, I'll take a look and we'll see. But let's set some filters. Okay, a rank that's between 1 to 200,000. Offer count that's greater than 3. Amazon in stock percentage that's less than 50. Buy box availability that's greater than, let's say, 80. Right? Okay, now let's look at some items here. All right, so here we go, right? Pretty consistent product. Let's take a look. Oh, before I forget, and actually I do need approval on the item, but I think for this other item I don't, if I'm not mistaken. No, I can sell that product. Okay. We'll try to pick off a few more items off the brands. Where are we? Oh, right here. Okay. All right. Real quick, in case you didn't know, you can click on this, click on Find Supplier Matches, and then this will go and then see what suppliers have access to the products inside the brand research here, right? So we can open up this item. Let's take a look whether or not we can or can't sell it. Once again, we need approval on the item. All right, so far it's coming back that it's accurate, that we need approval on it, but that one product we didn't. Approval. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to the next brand here. And that's a little bit of a concern for me. Okay, view products. All right, here's some items here. Open up this listing. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, once again, select all, find supplier matches. Okay, so here's some items that we found the matches for. Let's check out this item. That was this product. We already found that item. Wait, hold on. What item's in her PO? No, this item's not in there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Good. Good. So this item here, let's check it out. KeHE graph is very, very consistent, which is great so far. We're going to go on Amazon. We're going to check it out here. All right. Is there a UPC on the item? No, no worries. We will set columns and filters. We'll put unit cost here. Our unit cost on the item is $241. That was pulled in from the supplier list. 241 times 2, 17% margin. It's selling at $18, which is good. We'll add this into the PO here. Okay, add in. 100 plus bought in the past month. Offer count's been going down. It's going back up. Good indication. 100 sold. I test by like 12 to 24 units of this item, right? So it's a 2-pack. Would go with like 48 because it's selling as a 2-pack here. Ask price 241. 241 times 3%. Put that in there. All right. Now that margin came back pretty low. So let's check out. Oh, nope. There we go. What is it? What's the sell price? Yeah, $17.74. Cool. Pretty solid items. We just added $200 in profit from that one item, right? So real quick, just to kind of go over what we just went over here for a second, so I'm not losing anyone. When you start finding some profit opportunities, once you run through the list, so let's say that you're building a purchase order for a supplier, you start finding some products that have some form of opportunity, right, that are somewhat profitable for your business. Once you're done, now you have a list of items that you started with. Then search the brands and then view the products throughout the entire brand. That way you can capture all of the products under that brand, right? So Once again, we're going to continue to dive deeper into this brand here. We're going to open up this KeHE graph. We can see once again, it's like another product listing. Offer count does go up. It goes down. It goes back up. It seems like a little bit slower of a moving item. It also does seem like it's glass, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And it's a 2-pack, which makes it even more challenging. Our cost on the item is $444 per unit. I'm not really too interested in it, to be honest with you. We're going to move on to the next one here. Once again, terrible listing. Just absolutely awful. Move on. Terrible listing. Move on. All right. This one is still not that great. Offer count is very, very steady. I don't like that. It means that it isn't selling as fast as they anticipated. And then here's another product. Once again, offer count has been very, very steady. 5, 5, 5. It's not that good. So move on from the brand. Next brand is this one. We'll do a quick search here. Few products. Okay, there's some more items here. Let's pick them off. Select all. Find supplier matches. That way it can find all the items that we already sourced. Now inside the purchase order, we have this ASIN and BNFJ. So let's just see. That's this item, second item. Okay. First item here, let's open it up. All right, KeHE graph is pretty consistent, selling at like, I don't know, consistently around $12.50. The price recently just dropped on the item. So we'll open it up and we'll see. Costing the item is $505, $503 based on the file that we pulled in. We can see that price drop is literally the difference in profitability at $12.50. This item is still not that great. 12% gross margin, 29% ROI before any expenses. Kind of low. I personally wouldn't sell the item. It's a higher rank. Velocity is not the best. And this is just the gross profit, right? If I add $1 into this item, it's not great. And that is the consistent price on the item. So we're just going to move on. All right, next.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Toby, showcase where you want to be.
That little bit of a drop in the price of the item, was that because of that little rise in the offer count for that last one?
For sure. Yep.
Okay.
The offer count was pretty steady here, and then yeah, since that offer count went up, price dropped down a little bit. All right, next item here, 2-pack. All right, this is a pretty good KeHE graph. I like to see this so far. All right, now we're gonna do some sauce here. All right, so inside the software, we have this button called Search Supplier Database. What I want everyone to understand about this button, simply put, is this is like the equivalent of you doing a Google search throughout all of your supplier files. So I'll show you what I mean. We're just going to take a few keywords here. So the keywords here that we can use is like natural ceramide. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Unscented for dry. I could put, sensitive skin, 6 ounce. I'm going to first start with the natural ceramide, right? I'm just going to take this keyword. I'm going to go into the search supplier database under the brand, and I'm just going to search that keyword. Like I said, this is like the equivalent of searching Google. Now we can see that we do have access to this from our supplier, right? This is all of your different supplier files that are integrated into the software that are now populating, showing you whether or not you have access to that specific product and at what costs. So we could see that if I just copy this UPC and we search this, there's that product. And our cost is $839 per unit. So $839, and that's a profit of $418 pretty consistently on the item, right at $19.94. Great product, 21% margin. Just like that, this item alone is a great product, right? Home run item for our business immediately. Just like that, by just digging deeper into the brand. This was a great find. Massive win. Honestly, a freaking massive win. I needed that. I needed that there. That was great. See, we've been doing this now for an hour and a half. And just like that, you just stumble upon opportunities that previously you didn't see. I'm just going to quickly put this information in. Unit cost was what, $839, I think. $839. Okay, the case quantity on that item was, what is it, 6? And the supplier is KeHE. Save folder, not to working PO. This quantity here, I mean, we would test buy probably, I don't know, maybe 70 units of it, 72 units of it. Maybe 60 was what I'll go with. Like, I don't know. We'll go with 60. I like 60. Solid item. Very, very solid item. All right, next item. Let's do this all over again. Once again, KeHE graph is pretty consistent. We're going to open it up again. We're going to do the same exact thing, right? We're just going to go and we're going to take a keyword here. That keyword is the natural ceramide or ceramide, however you pronounce it. Oops, it's already in here. All right, so we're looking for the item that has this like green leaf on it, or it looks like some type of like spray bottle type of thing. And we can see that that's not really popping up here. So we don't have access to that specific product. I can also check the sheet. So this item here is 4 fluid ounces. I like to go off of the size of the product. It's very easy to find the item based on like the weight or the size of the item. So where there's a bunch of different products under that brand, we can see that right here, 4 ounces. Very easy to pick off. So this is Serum Scalp Renew. This is, let's see, Soothing Facial Lotion. We immediately know that that's not the same item. Now we can move on, right? The only item that we had access to from this brand that was 4 fluid ounces was this specific product. So, what item is this? The same? Facial cleanser? No. What fluid ounces is this? 8. Conditioner, shampoo. No. Okay, no worries. Back to the working purchase order. All right, we're at $1,400 now. Now Earth Science is what we're going to do. Oops, where's that brand? Maybe I didn't search it correctly or something. Let's do Science. Here it is. Okay. Once again, select all, find supplier matches. That way the software can automatically make the matches that we need to under the brand, just make it easier for ourselves. And then for those that we need to manual source, we can. All right. So first item here, $629 is our price. Let's open it up. KeHE graph looks a little bit rough right now, right? Price is going down on the item pretty dramatically. It was selling at a higher price of like 62. So we'll open up. We're just going to quickly analyze it and then probably move on from the item. 629 times 6, break even. When it sells at 61, it's 12% gross margin, $7.46 in profit. Not the best item. It does sell a little bit higher, like 63. That's more, that's more like where I'd want to be on the item. 15% gross margin, $10 in profit per sale. But obviously, it's not selling at that price right now. We're going to move on from the item and go on to the next one. Okay, 3-pack here. This is $671 per unit. All right, it seems like, once again, price is going down pretty dramatically. It was pretty strong at 35, and now it's selling at 29. This is an item that you'd want to go and then analyze and then review in the future. For the sake of the time, it's 9:06 right now. We're gonna move on from the product.
Oh, can I ask you something?
Of course.
If we started looking into the price list provided by the supplier, and we analyze the whole list, what is the point? And now going backwards from the brand and from another store, if you want to go back to the same price list.
Yeah, so to clarify your question, you're more or less asking, like, why not just stay within the UPC scanner across the entire brand?
Right? No, with the brand, with the supplier. Because they gave us the the file with the all the products that they have with the prices, and we analyzed that first. But then we went to look to another store and then to another brands. But then we are gonna source that back from the same file that we upload, right? It's not like we are doing the same job twice.
So, I mean, we didn't really go through the entire brand on the UPC scanner. What we're doing here is we're trying to find listings where there isn't a UPC match. So all of these items that are here under this brand here, most likely KeHE has access to, but there's no UPC on the product. Therefore, it's not going to show up on a UPC scanner. So that's why we want to dig deeper into the brand. Just as a byproduct of going through the brand, I'm just looking through what options are here. Obviously, if you have thoroughly scanned through like that catalog, then yes, I just wouldn't look at these items. I'd only look at the items you need to manual source to see if there's any other brands or products, I should say, under that brand that maybe you could have missed from the UPC scanner.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, cool. So we got this 3-pack here. We'll quickly open it up. Right. It looks like, once again, price has been going down a little bit on the item. Cost is $671. Selling at 33. I imagine it's probably not going to be that profitable just based on my math here. Yeah. Right. Not that profitable. Okay. Now I know if it's selling at 32-ish, it's not that great. 670. This is what, a 1-pack or a 2-pack here? 2-pack. Selling at 22. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. No. Right? Doesn't make sense. Okay. Let's check out these other listings where there is no cost for it. And let's see if we can pick them off here. Let's see if there's any opportunity. All right. First product. We can see offer count's pretty good in terms of like it decreasing, people selling through. This so far looks like a potential good opportunity for our business. So we're going to click on, let's see, is there a UPC? There is. Awesome. There's a UPC here. 174,910. 174,910. There we go. Oops. No, wait, did I put that in right? 174,910. 174,910. Okay, no, they don't have it. Let's see. We're looking for, that should be the item, but just to make sure here. 6 ounce mask. No, it's not the same item. Okay, no worries. Let's see what else they have. They have 12 ounces shampoo, fragrance free. Let's see. Fragrance free. Okay. All right. Let's see. This might be a product here. All right. Once again, UPC is on the back of the product. Nice and easy. 174,408. 174,408. Come on. I thought that was just the item that we were just looking at. Fragrance free. Shampoo. Oh, this is conditioner. Gotta love it. Okay, no worries. 4 fluid ounce apricot. That's so funny. Facial scrub, 4 ounce. What else? Right? We got 4 ounce. Ooh, scrub apricot cream. Okay, here we go. Don't catfish me here. Let's not catfish me. So far, product looks pretty good. Selling at $15. Where's that item? This one here. Okay. We're just going to pop open UPC site MD to validate the product, make sure it is in fact the same item, which we can see that it is. Oops. Okay. This seems like it's the same product so far. Facial scrub, apricot, 4 ounce, exfoliant, right? Same item. Our cost here is $671. 14% margin, sells at $15, 31% ROI. This item is very, very light. It's going to cost little to nothing to ship, and prep is going to be like super cheap on the item. So this item is pretty good. Net around 10% margin, I would say, on the product here. Okay, so we'll add this in. And this is why, Renee, we kind of want to go through the process, because items like this, like on this item, you're going to see that the UPC 3317 is off. It's not accurate. However, this is in fact the same exact item.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot.
To refresh your yard this spring. Save during outdoor power deals now through April 29th.
For one, cost is $671. Okay, case quantity is what? 12. Awesome. This is a sticker. Save in full. Oops. KeHE here. Quantity. I would test by like maybe 12 to 24 units is what I would put. But 24. Okay. Now let's see. This came back at 7% margin. What is the price they're pulling? $14.99. Price is selling more at like $15.14. $15.14. That is a 8% margin, right? So for us, we're going to have to get better pricing on that product. If we were to get 3%, would that be the difference in netting 10%? Let's see. 651, 10%, 9.84. I would ask for 642. I would literally make it 10%. That's what I would do on my ask price on the item. It's not the best item. I would probably remove it off the PO realistically, unfortunately. But okay. Where was it? Earth Signs. Earth Signs. There it is. Okay, last item here, fragrance-free moisturizer, shampoo, moisturizer, fragrance-free. 5 ounces. 5 ounces. There we go. All right. Let's see. Price is recovering, $34. We do know at 32, this product ain't going to work, right? We know that off the top of our head already. Price $671. Yeah, it's just not great. Just not great. It's not going to work. Not going to work. All right. Next brands. We did Earth Science. Now it's Nani's. Okay. Go through the same exact process over and over and over again. View products. Here's all the different items under that brand. Select all. Find supplier matches. What is this 3%? Sure. So I get an additional 3% from KeHE. When I'm submitting a purchase order, I will ask for 3% on specific items. Sometimes they'll give it to me. Sometimes they won't, depending on the product. But I'll give it a shot. It's worth a shot. All right. So this product price here is $322. $322 times 3, 5% margin. Really just not worth it. We're going to move on. Wait, hold on 1 second. What is this price? 21? Still not worth it. Okay, next item. All right, $9.98. Cost is $2.80. That might work. That's going to work. Heck yeah. Offer count goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, right? People are selling the inventory. This is a good product here. I'm willing to test buy it for sure. Consistently profitable in the item too, which is awesome. I would test buy like 18. Give it a shot, see how well it can do. All right, price looks like it's going up again, selling at $8.30 here. Price is $322. Just off my head, it's $8 and 30 cents. Cost is $3.22. It's just not going to make sense. Yes, Barbara.
I know we've gone over this before, but I just wanted to ask again, maybe it gets some clarification, but how do you handle Whole Foods and also Amazon Fresh, which I know are the same thing, but
Yep.
you know, they really distort the price and kind of cloud my ability to make a decision. Sometimes I'll go into offer count and I can see that some of names that I recognize that are pretty big players, they have their amounts hidden, so I can't really go by that either.
Mm-hmm. For me personally, I'm not the biggest, like, I'm not too concerned about Whole Foods or Amazon Fresh, because it's solely dependent on the location of where the customer lives. Now obviously, you know, in suburban areas, like, there's going to be Whole Foods, there's going to be Amazon Fresh, but you know, we sell on a good amount of products that have those offers, and we still make sales and stuff. I think it just comes back to test buying inventory and just not going too deep. You know, if there's a product that's profitable, there's some good indications that the offer count is going like up and down and up and down and stuff, then I would give it a shot. You know, I'd test buy a few units if you're ungated and everything, and then get some data on it and then see whether or not it makes sense for your business.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so this is selling at 36, right? 10% gross margin, 374. It's £3. It's just not going to be profitable after all expenses, unless this is a big one. This is selling as a case pack, which it might be. This might be selling as a case pack here. What's the UPC? Pistachio. Nani's, there it was. 4.4 ounce, right? 4.4. Okay, what is the case pack? All right, case pack is 6. Case pack is 6. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know what case pack is like, this product is selling as a 6-pack, but it's actually it's coming and it's being sold as how you're going to get it from the supplier. So like, think about if you were to buy, let's say, a case of soda, or you go buy a case of water or a case of Monster. When a product like this, it's being sold as the case that it comes in, right? So you don't need to go and separate the 6 items. This would just require essentially a sticker and a do not separate sticker, which is like very low labor, and to sell the item. It still really wouldn't make sense regardless though for my business personally, just because it does weigh 3 pounds here and the gross margin's pretty low. 36 is the consistent price. It's actually pretty lenient, right at 35.18. Like, there's no margin there. There's 9% margin before expenses. I'm not interested in selling that product. Knowing that I can't get any deeper discounts on the item really. So, all right, I think we're going to look at like maybe just a few more items here. This looks like a potential solid opportunity, to be honest with you. Salted caramel. Okay, let me try a different keyword search here. Maybe there's a UPC. Oof. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're offering a lot of discounts on. This is really the only thing that we got, biscotti here. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to do a quick search for biscotti. So this is something that we really didn't mention yet, but I'm happy I just thought about it now. Is that, like, I can see that, you know, there's only a select few amount of products under this brand that I have heavily discounted products for, and all of them are biscotti cookies. So I want to only focus on that keyword inside of the brand research to specifically find items that have biscotti in the title. Otherwise, there's a very good chance that whatever item is on Amazon, my supplier is not going to carry, right? Or it's not going to have on this specific pricing file. That way I'm focused on the things that I can actually buy and sell for my business. So let's try to point out a product here. Like maybe we can try to see if this one has any opportunity here. I think we already did we already look at this item? No, we didn't. 38. Okay. This might work here. It might, let's see here. This might be a pretty solid item, actually. Triple chocolate, milk chocolate. Let's take this UPC and we'll do a quick search in our system here inside of UPC site MD. It says this says triple chocolate on it. This says triple chocolate. Oh, there it is, triple chocolate. It's right in front of my face. There. All right, cool. Cost here is $3.22. Oh yeah, this is a winner. $10 profit per sale, 23% margin. Sells pretty much around 38, $5, 14%. Pretty solid item. Like I said, this is coming as a 6-pack. It's selling as a 6-pack. It would come to us, and then we would just put a do not separate sticker, FN SKU, ship it out, done. This is a good item. Good item. Good find there. Okay, so we'll quickly add this in. And let's find one more item. Let's go through, let's find one more item, and then we'll kind of finish off the night there. So far, I would say it's been pretty successful. If you guys could let me know if this is helpful, I would really appreciate it. Like, let me know. So far, is this been helping you guys? Like, just kind of understand the process. Also, another thing too is like, hopefully this shows you behind the scenes. I know some people love to talk about Amazon and to say how much money you can make and all this different type of stuff. I don't try to gas anyone up. I try to be as real, as I can be. Like this is my legit pricing with this supplier here. Like I'm opening this up for you guys, which is pretty crazy. But I'm happy to do it. So let's see, $90 in profit off of 12 sales. Like I'll take that all day long. Yes, Carter.
Just wondering, for meltables and stuff, do you not send in even things with a chocolate drizzle? Like, let's say it's like a rice cake with a chocolate drizzle on it, or like,
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, for it would depend on the KeHE graph. So like, for an example, this graph here, I could see that FBA has been consistently on the product for the past year. So I'd be willing to give it a shot. If you saw where if there's a period of time where FBA disappeared on the product in like the summer months, then I would probably skip it. But in this scenario, if it looks like this, I would test it personally.
Okay, because I searched the Amazon meltable ASIN list, and a lot of ASINs aren't on there, So,
yep, for sure.
Okay.
Paul, did you say anything about like the soaps, if they're labeled meltable, so they don't take soaps during the off months either for the meltable?
I don't know if they don't take soaps. I know that they don't take like gels and stuff like Vaseline. I don't know about soaps though. I feel like soaps.
I'm selling soaps right now.
You're selling soaps?
Yeah, I sell soaps. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we sell some soaps too. We've never really dealt with any issues, but there's always some funky items that do come up and stuff, But yeah, the vast majority shouldn't be falling within that category.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. You make it look so easy the way that you navigate through all the screens. I can't wait to get to that level and actually know what I'm doing. Thank you for sharing of course. Absolutely. I also just want to share, for me personally, I have a monitor and I have, a screen in front of me. Anyone that I know that some people are kind of starting the business a little bit leaner than other people. I wouldn't go out and maybe, go get a monitor or anything. But once you have the ability to, if you can find like a used monitor or something where you can set up a double screen, it really is a game changer. For me, my screen is significantly larger than my laptop. You guys are on my laptop right now, where I can look straight at you. But this bigger screen makes it a lot easier. Yes, Renee.
Do you have any video showing or explaining what kind of packaging we need for the products, because before you showed that the other product would be just a regular sticker or not to separate sticker, I believe you said. Do you have any video showing how we are going to make sure what kind of packaging is in that specific product?
I don't. I mean,
I was reviewing the software for the prep center, and I know there are a few options that I have to select what kind of sticker it's gonna have. But I really don't know.
Okay, so you're referring to the prep center. You don't know what the pricing is going to be. Is that your question?
Not a specific the pricing, just the option that I have to select.
Got you. Okay, so for prep stuff, you have sticker, you have small bundles, you have regular labor and hard labor. That's going to be primarily where the buckets are going to fall. Sticker is where all it requires is essentially you literally just putting a sticker on a product. It's not a multi-pack product. It's just one item alone that just requires a sticker. A small bundle is a product that is less than 9 by 10. So in dimensions, 9 by 10, and weighs less than 3 pounds. Once you get above 3 pounds or larger than 9 by 10, that's where it's going to become either regular labor or hard labor. The only difference between the two is essentially, think about hard labor just like logically. Like if you were to sell a 3-pack of Clorox spray bottles, those are going to be like heavy items. It might weigh 7 pounds. It's going to take a lot of physical manual labor in order to like prep that product, you know, when you're analyzing an item. Regular labor, like traditionally, the 3 buckets that you're going to fall into are sticker, small bundles, and regular labor. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much where you're going to fall into.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's find one more item here. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We're determined. We're determined. Let's see. Okay, this item sucks. Move on. Offer count's been flat. No buy box. No, not interested. That's a big thing, guys, about making the process faster, is just knowing what to look for, right? The first thing, offer count, I want to see it go down. I want to see it go up. I want to see it go down. I want to see it go up. First, check. Second thing is pricing seems pretty consistent so far, and it does go up. Awesome. Third thing is we can see that there is some monthly sold stats. All great signs. Now we just need to validate that, you know, that more or less that this product we have access to. So we're looking for caramel pecan, brown butter pecan. This is turtle pecan. Turtle pecan. There we go. 6.8 ounce. There we go. 322. Let's see. Let's see if this is going to be a winner for us. Oh, it's going to be meltable. I thought so, but it's going to be profitable. That's for sure. It's a good item. I mean, during meltable season, it's not that great. All right, honestly, guys, I think I'm burning out a little bit here. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes of just nonstop sourcing. I think we did okay. You know, $1,600 in profit that we found. 16% margin, 40% ROI, $3 in average profit per sale, which is pretty good in wholesale. You know, just to show you guys, like, this is 2 hours worth of time, 2.5 hours worth of time. It all comes down to pricing, right? It all comes down to pricing. Obviously, sourcing, you got to get more fluent. You got to get through the process of starting and then continuing to branch off. But, I mean, we just kind of touched the surface here.